Going on, guys? Resilient Trading Group here, coming at you with another video. Today we'll be doing a market breakdown on how to trade the markets and analyze whilst in quarantine. I do want to firstly say I hope you're all doing well, washing your hands, staying safe and doing as the government is saying. Us at Resilient, we have been isolating for 6 or 7 days now and following the strict guidelines of the government and what's in place, but nonetheless we are still catching pips and still profiting from this economic crisis. So we will be looking at 2 or 3 of our key favourite pairs and jumping into them now. So jumping into the first currency pairing, which is the pound yen. As we all know, this is one of the most volatile currency pairings there is on the market. Hence, as to why we like it so much, it gives day traders and scalpers so many opportunities to trade the market. Now, when analysing in quarantine, you need to be looking out for 2 main trends: support and resistance, and respecting the trend. So this means using your support as a buying level and your resistance as a selling level, and your trends as to spotting where the currency market is moving. So here on the pound yen, you can see it's in a clear uptrend and it's been respected as key level 123 and is now trading at 134, so it's moved over 600 pips in a matter of a week. So it's giving lots of opportunities. I selling here on the support, you would class this as the support line and this as the resistance line, but you need to be really breaking it down. So you need to be analysing not only in the higher time frames, but then breaking it down into the 30-minute time frames. This is where you can see key levels. As such, here you need to be drawing your resistance, support, and your resistance, and this gives you lots of opportunities during the day. As you can see here, you got to take profit of around 70 pips, and then you would have a tight stop loss of only roughly 1 to 3. So it's giving you lots of opportunities. Now you could do this throughout the whole day. This is on the 22nd, 23rd of March. You would be buying here and then selling here. This is what a lot of traders are now doing, because you can't really predict long swing trades whilst in quarantine, as key speeches with Donald Trump and Boris Johnson keep coming out, and markets are moving and reacting very quickly. As you can tell here, it's doing market jumps. On the 24th, look at that, it's moved over 300 pips in one day. You need to be staying out of them and just getting in and getting out of the market. And this is how we like to do it: support, resistance with a trend line. An easy way for you to see this is here on the pound Swiss franc. As you can see, we're just drawing boxes of consolidation, trend lines. As soon as it breaks it, buy. As soon as it breaks it, sell. So that is the pound pairs, that is the pound yen and the pound Swiss franc. It's very easy. You just draw your resistance, draw your supports, draw your trend lines. When you see a breakout, sell. As you can see here, opportunity here for over 150 pips. Now you usually can't do that on a day on pound Swiss franc because it usually hardly ever moves. Look at that. It's very just small movements, but now quarantine's happening. It's an economic crisis, so countries are coming out with speeches and lockdowns, and it's really affecting the markets. As you can see across stocks and commodities, is crashing, and oil dropping to an all-time low at like 27 euros. But here, if I show you for an example, the pound Swiss franc is just a clear trend, and all you need to be doing is looking for breakouts, and looking for breakouts. Now, the way you do this is by looking in the slower time frames. I will show you this on the Euro USD. Here we got our entry on support. I'll zoom in for you guys. We got entry on support here. I could have waited. I got a bit eager and I actually got in on the top of the support. We could have waited for the bottom wick, but we got in here. It was a risk to reward of 1 to 6, 43 pips, 26 pips stop loss. Entry on 106, and it hit take profit within a couple hours. But if we break it down in smaller time frames, I don't know what it's just done that, but if we break it down in smaller time frames, you can see it has these boxes of consolidation, and this is where you need to be trading. You need to be waiting for it to get to the bottom, and then boom, you just buy it. So be looking out for this, guys, because this is one of my favorite techniques to be using this quarantine. It's just simple trading techniques. This is what we all learned at the beginning of trading, and it's now paying off. You don't need anything fancy like harmonic patterns or Fibonacci, just support, resistance, and trend lines, because during quarantine, a lot's going on. no one really knows what's happening to markets. No one really knows what's going on. But it's very simple here. I don't even know why I sold this pair, but I just didn't clear this out on the smaller time frames. This was over a week ago, and it hit take profit, and I was so surprised. I just looked at it and I thought, this is definitely a short. Shorted it and profited pretty heavily from it. But this is how we're trading during this quarantine here at Resilient. We're just using support and resistance and key trends, and making sure you look down in the smaller time frames, really analyzing the markets and just having one currency pairing, like the pound AUD. This pair has been on heavy resistance. If you just draw a box right here, look at that. So here we've got a box from 2.02 all the way down to 197. That's over 500 pips. Now these wicks here are from speeches, so you need to be looking out for your fundamentals. This is where I use my FX book. I look on here for certain key events. Unemployment change, these can all move the markets, but you need to be looking out for speeches and knowing when a president's speaking or Donald Trump's speaking or when the ECB meeting's happening. So when the markets will be most volatile and reactive to speeches. But if you was to trade this, you'd be like, 500 pips, that's going to be quite a while. If you break it down into the smaller time frames, you can really pick apart the markets and get in entries here. For example, having a resistance line there, a support line there, and all you're simply doing is waiting for markets to reach there. And look at that, you'll be catching over 134 pips just in a day. That's not even a day, that's in half an hour. This isn't heard of. I've never seen this happen in over the 3 years I've been trading, and it's just a great way to profit from the markets. But make sure you do hit a like and subscribe, and also comment down below for more future content, and stay up to date with us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter for all our free signals. To also join our Telegram, there'll be a link in the bio. We'll be giving out free signals during this quarantine, so everyone can also be making money and profiting from our trades. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.